And it's something that one of the gentlemen was talking about, the high interest loans. And so hypothetically, if you have, let's call it lender A, have lender A, B, and C. A would probably charge an average of, let's say, about 11. Is 11 okay?
Per month?
Yes. So let's scale it, because you talk about, let's say, 4 years, let's scale it down to about, let's say, a month or two. And you have about, let's say, A having 11%, and B probably 9%, and C maybe 16%. I'm putting these figures out here because for most of this, lenders, they have a way of even how they advertise to you. They'll have it in a very, funky way, a very nice, creative way to tell you, you need to be on board with us, right now.
Yes.
But then what should be going through, let's say this is Brayo who is, doing it tonight, and has downloaded the 3 of this, lending apps. And he's looking at this, percentages. He doesn't really, as you're saying, ask people the questions, not answer, themselves to you.
Yes.
So what should be going through Brian's mind when he's seeing some of these percentages as well as all these figures, and he's supposed to take this loan just for a month and repay it exactly 1 month later?
All right.
And probably just to add on it, maybe he is, he's employed and he has a salary of about, let's say, 20,000 Kenyan shillings.
Oh, wow.
And he's taking a loan of, let's say, 5,000 Kenyan shillings.
Okay, all right. So maybe to put it out there for Brayo, 11% is actually too little for these kinds of predatory, predatory mobile lending or lenders, So they usually average about 30% a month, and the annual percentage rate could actually even go beyond 300%. So that's why we call them predatory, because they take advantage of Brayo's financial illiteracy, Brayo's inability to understand how the loan dynamics usually work, Brayo's need for quick money. I want money to do A, B, C, and D, probably even for consumption, for basic expenses in the house. So what Brayo needs to understand is, number one, what type of loan am I getting? This 5,000, what is it for? If it's for consumption, then that's definitely a bad loan. A bad loan. A good loan is a loan that you take to purchase an asset that will put money into your pocket. So a bad loan is something that is a loan that you take for consumption. So automatically at this point, Brayo is living beyond his means. If the 5,000 is for the basic expenses. Number two is the total repayment amount. So if we are doing 11%, Brayo can be able to calculate and see, all right, so what's the total repayment amount based on the time that the application has, they give you a lot of details so that you can make the choice yourself. And you don't come and say, oh, but you told me, no, all the information was there and you made that sound decision. So based on the number of repayment months or repayment period, Brayo needs to understand what is the total repayment amount that I need to, chuck out of my pocket because of this 5,000 shillings. And then number two, where am I getting this loan? What is the reputation of this platform or this organization where I'm getting this loan? There's no legal recourse in case of any breach of agreement, and at this point, these people have a lot of your information. There's also the bit of breach of data, so they have access to your contacts, they have access to your private information. So if Brayo is not able to pay this amount of money, depending on the agreement that Brayo has been able to sign, so now there's the threats. We've seen cases of people being threatened. We've seen cases of people's privacy being infringed. You get a call, person X, for example, Brayo's friend from 10 years ago gets a call. Brayo hasn't paid 5,000 shillings, and now you're wondering, who is this Brayo to begin with?
Yes.
At this point, I don't know Brayo. And then now there's the bit of data, verbal abuse, emotional abuse. So Brayo might actually get into depression or anxiety because of 5,000 shillings. So what Brayo needs to do is, over and above understanding the whole ecosystem, is to try and see, what can I do right now before I get to a point where I need to borrow the 5,000 shillings. So Brayo has a salary of 20,000 shillings. So he needs to do a financial health check, understand what am I liabilities, what are my assets, what do I owe, what do I own, you know, and don't do it with your mind. Like take a piece of paper and a pen, write it down, you know, everything. So you know, all right, so my debts accumulate to X amount of money, my assets accumulate to Y amount of money. If you understand that now, Braille will be able to know how much of what I work so hard for is actually mine. You know, because ideally the 20,000 will come, but there's a landlord, you know, there's the utilities that Bio needs to take care of. There's a girlfriend somewhere waiting for allowance or something, you know. There's usually someone who has a job description for your money.